All right, welcome to the third video in this class, third introductory video. Right now, we're going to tackle the xyzhomework.com site. The thing that you need to write down somewhere is the course ID, which you need for this class. Course ID is 29012. That is the course that I built in the xyzhomework.com site for us for this class. So first things first, the video for the class is right here. But in order to access it, you can always go to your um, address bar and just type in xyzhomework.com. That's fine. But I also just put a link in here as well, just so you have it here. So anyways, intro the video here. The website is right here. So I'm going to click on that. This one's probably going to be a little bit of a long video for us to watch to make sure that we understand all the different pieces here. So let's click. Let's go. So clicking on this here, it's going to bring up the course as a picture-in-picture inside Canvas. That's not what I want. So I'm going to click on here. I'm going to go out of Canvas actually to the site itself. And I'm going to log out first because I was logged in earlier. Okay, so when you click on here, this is what you get to right here. The person that made this used to be a big author with math textbooks here, and he basically said, look, I don't want any textbook of mine ever to be over $100. So he created this website, and he's been true to this word already all this time here. So it's been in business for quite a while. I think 2006 or something like that. Anyways, let's go for it here. So how do you set up a course? If you have already an account, and if you had used xyzhomework.com in the past, you should have an account already. All right. If you know that, that's great. You can look it up by email if you need to here. But if you're registering as a new student, you click on here. I guess this may be the best way to do it here. You're going to put in your first and last name, your email that you're going to use. And if you want to use your West Hills College email, maybe that's preferred, just so you see it all there. Make a password for yourself. You click on register. It's going to ask you for two things after this. I'm not going to register myself here. It's going to ask you for a course ID number afterwards, right? And the access code, right? So first things first is you have 15 days as a free trial as a new student. So you got basically 2 weeks to take a look at this here, see if this class is for you. And you're going to just enter the course ID. After 15 days or up, before the 15 days are up, you do have to purchase it if you're going to go on the class. And it is roughly about $45 to purchase it, just so you know. And then you go on with the class. It's almost like purchasing a physical textbook, right? So for a class, but you don't have to here. So there it is. You're going to register. It's going to ask, after this, it asks for a course ID number. So you need that number, 29012 after that. And after you do that, it's going to get you back to this page right over here. So then what you're going to do is you're going to log in, put in that email address that you're going to use, put in the passcode that you're going to use, click enter, and voila, you're going to enter something like this. It's going to have no classes here, so you're going to add a new course if you haven't done the course ID number yet. If you have, you should have West Hills College 2021 Summer Math 64 C01 right over here sitting. If you don't, you just add a new course. That's what you're going to get. Anyways, clicking on that will get you to the beginning of this class. So this may be a little bit of a learning curve for some of you, and please do just take the time to go through this here. So the first thing that you see is you should see, let me give you the student version, just real quick, and then we'll flip back to so you should see this right here. This is the student version of what you see. You see messages, you can lift the message. There's the forms that I talked about earlier. If you're stuck on a problem, here's your grade book. If you want to go to grade book right away. All right, and also this calendar is up here. So if you ever need to sort of get to the calendar, there it is. The good feature about it is when you, let's say you need to do the intro, the first video, click on the day right here, the day of. When you click on the day like 11, then underneath the calendar, what happens is all the homework assignments pop up right over here. We'll go to this one in just a bit here. So notice if I click on the 17th of June, then the links to the homework assignments come right into here. So that's pretty cool there. Okay, so clicking on that gets you this right here. Before we go there though, let me click on another day. So alpha that. The question about the ebook, a question about the textbook comes up. So, Mr. Hanjiv, do I need a textbook for this class? Yes and no, or yes, and if you like to have a physical textbook here. So you do have an ebook already with the 15-day free trial, and then you purchase it. It comes in, it's all good to go. It does take you to a different website. It does take you to xyztextbooks.com. So the same username that you use, the same passcode that you use is gonna work. If you click on it and you do it once, it should be able to go the rest of the time. So I already logged in before, so that should take me to, okay, so maybe I didn't log in. So, but let's see, the tools should all be ready. So notice it's the exactly the same textbook as you would have over here. The cool thing about this is you flip down here. Let's see, on each of the example problems over here. This is chapter 0. So these example problems over here, notice you have 4 people here. So you do have each example problem, there's explanations, audio and video explanations for each one of them. So if you click on it, let's do Gordon. Okay, that's enough of Gordon. Okay, so throughout the textbook, you can keep on going. You can literally just self-study yourself through the textbook just by the videos and the textbook here. How do you click on the other stuff here? Content. Click this open. It should open up right now. Let's see, maybe I do have to log in real quickly here. Let's see if I can. Maybe this will open up a few more things here. Yes, okay. So it wanted me to log in as, no, don't want to go there. Sorry, let me come back to this here. Okay, so the toolbar right over here, that brings this in. That's cool. Learn something new. Let's see, you can do it by page numbers, but I still want to do it by content right here. That's the way I want to do it. There it is. Okay. So when you click on it, it brings you all the chapters here. We're not going to do chapter, I think we're going to do chapter 10. We'll see. So here's all our chapters that we're going to do in the textbook here. Clicking on that takes you to chapter 1. Clicking on 1.5 takes you directly to 1.5 textbook. And again, going down the row, here's your people that are going to explain that example for you if you just want to go through the textbook through this method. There it is. Hopefully that helps. All right, let's jump back to the XYZ homework. So you do have to do the intro to homework section right here. And then this is pretty neat. It's called the answer entry guide. If you need to have this in front of you, just a quick glance reference to input stuff, there's something called a math quill. So it's all the little math symbols that you normally would write or write out. They have a math quill, which we'll sort of see. And then on the bottom, it has all the addition symbols and operations, relational symbols, grouping symbols, parentheses, brackets, and then function symbols, and then some miscellaneous stuff. So I would suggest this. Print this out as well. Click print, have it in front of you as you go through this, so then you know how to enter stuff using this little math quill device right over here. Okay. Again, that's cool right there. Go for it. Each one of these chapters, I open up chapter 3 here. Each one of these chapters, if you click on it, will just get you back to the homework assignment. So same length as the homework assignment. So there's really no different here. If you click on the anything with a plus arrow in back of it here, clicking on that would take you to a video of the section itself. And this is the author right here of the textbook here. So he does that. And so it's just, again, another way you can view the content of the course. That's all there for you. Okay, but let's go with it. Let's click on here. let's click on the Intro to XYZ homework, and you get something looks like this. And here's the questions are going to go. You first things first, just run through these 7 questions. They'll go through each of the different types you have. I think it even goes into graphing as well. So if you have something that does not exist, you're going to put capital D, capital N, capital E. For infinity, you're going to make 2 zeros next to each other. Negative infinity, you're going to put a negative and then 2 zeros. So enter this. So first one is enter that number below 5.5085. Yay, look at that. Okay, we have 5 attempts per problem. Clicking on that. If you hit a 0 score, that's fine. Do not do this. Do not go try another similar problem. I don't want you to do that because what's going to happen is just going to change the numbers around and then you're sort of starting over. I'd rather you work with the same problem as opposed to trying similar problems. So don't click this little button. Just keep on back. If you missed something, then you go for it. So number 2, positive numbers. Let's see. Try now list all by listing all the positive even numbers less than 10. So I'm going to make a mistake here. Is that okay? I'm going to go like this. I'm going to click on it. And now what happens is, oh, it said I have some partial correct. If it was red, that means it was not partial. You got totally wrong. But I did get something correct and something not correct here. So maybe it was that 3. We'll see. Let's see if that helps a little bit here. This is your second attempt. Okay, that's fine. Oh, look at that. 9 out of 10 points. Yes, it does give you partial credit for things. Partial credit for things here. That's cool. I think I need to get rid of that 3. Maybe crossing my fingers. Here we go. Yes. Okay, now I got full credit. I got a check mark next to it, and it keeps on going. So please get familiar with this. It works pretty well for these things here. Okay, so then what I want to do is I want to go to here, clicking on this, and notice now you have this little yellow and it has an up arrow right here. This is a little math quill that I was talking to earlier. So click on that piece right there. What happens is it gives you this little math quill. So if you want to enter a fraction into the answer, you just click on the fraction and you enter 3 out of 4, so 3/4. All right, you can erase it as well. If you need to enter a square root, just put square root of 34. You enter that, and then when you save it, it jumps back and it puts it into computer language, into here. But at least you know that that's the way it looked like. That's the way it looked like in your sheet of paper when you solved it, when you brought it into here. Another quick little awesome thing is you click this preview button, it actually shows you in type and math type what you entered. So that's kind of cool. So if you did it by yourself, let's say you said 3 divided by 7, right? And then you entered that. Sometimes what happens is if you leave a space, notice it says 3 and then 2/7. So right after the preview button, it tells you what you technically have entered into here. So you kind of make sure that you've entered what you entered correctly on. Okay. So there's that. There's a little watch video piece, how to enter things. That's cool too. So square roots, exponents, fractions, all this stuff kind of gets entered here. So this is your way to do that here. The intro to XYZ homework, this one is graded. It does go in your grade book, so please do this first. Get used to the input values, and then you can do the rest of the classes starting chapter 1. I'm going to leave this for now. Okay, and then the grade book. Let's talk about it here. So clicking on the grade book, what happens here? Oh, you know what? I'm in student mode. Let me jump to instructor mode. And the grade book kind of sort of like looks like this. So I have discussions on here. I have online homework. I have SLO exam. The only things that are not showing right now are midterm exam and final. They don't show here because it's not open and available yet for that. That's why. The 5 discussion boards that we're going to have, I'll post those points in here. So you'll have it. It'll be a running total for your grade. And notice that chapter 0 is not counted. That not counted part means it's not part of your grade at all. It's for you to practice or review pre-algebra skills if you want to, but starting at 1.1. 1.1 worth 15 points, 1.2 worth 20 points, and you just keep on going. And we keep on going all the way to the end of the class. So we're going to go all the way through chapter 9. That's what we're going to finish right here. And notice right here, notice the intro to XYZ homework. That's 7 points. It is part of your grade. And then when you finish your SLO exam, I will put in a grade as well here. So don't mind the points. You know, notice it's like, oh, it's 15, there's 20, there's 15, there's 20. All those points are going to eventually come into this little piece right here, and everything is worth 20% of your grade. So online homework, midterm exam, final exam, discussion boards, and SLO exam eventually are just going to be worth 20%. So, all right, let's see what else is there as an intro. The forums, there's none here yet. The forums, there will be tabulated forums if you click on ask a question about this homework assignment. They'll be there. So let's jump into like a chapter 4 problem or something. 4.1. That's exponents. So notice it has a video here. It'll take you to a video, take you to xyztextbook.com site. It gets you to the ebook, and it's really just going to take you ebook of 4.1. That question may not be exactly what's here, but it's going to take you to the textbook. Then you have this post this question to the forum. So if you are stuck and you just really can't figure this out, click on that, and it'll bump you to this right over here. And other students, please join in if you have some answers or you want to share some answers with other students. This is for you guys to talk among yourselves as you have it. I'll enter it over here as well. And if I see there's some questions that are not answered at all, I'll jump into those as well. But anyways, this is a conversation between you guys talking about the homework itself or the progress through it here. Okay, let's jump to this guy. And that is it for the xyzhomework.com site. Hopefully that was a good introduction. Hope it made sense. And please email me with any further questions. I can clarify that into the rest of the class.